Today on the Highground, we're reviewing The Mandalorian, Episode 2, The Child.
Suga! Suga!
Suga!
Suga!
Suga!
Suga!
Suga!
Suga!
Suga! And thank you for joining us. We are your host,
Adrian?
and Cisco. And let's get started. How are you?
All good, man. All good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well.
All right.
So last episode was episode 1.
And a lot of
And
stuff happened
A
last
lot of
episode.
stuff happened. We got introduced to the Mandalorian.
A lot of
And-
characters. A lot
yeah,
of
a lot of
characters.
characters. A lot of characters. We got Brief Karga.
The client.
We got to see the client.
Mm-hmm.
IG-11, aka IG-88, because they don't want to pay the royalties, I guess.
Quill.
Queel.
Quill.
And we got to see the child, aka Baby Yoda.
The titular child.
Yep.
So, I don't know, a lot of cool stuff in the first episode, and a lot of cool stuff in this episode too. Like a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, we're gonna have some questions today. I don't know if we're gonna have the answers, but we're gonna have some questions.
I know. Spoilers ahead by this time. If you have not seen the rest of the episodes, we're doing a recap.
Yeah.
So we're doing a recap for everyone who's actually seen The Mandalorian, because we're moving on to season 2.
Yes. And if you haven't seen The Mandalorian, like what rock have you been under?
Yeah.
This
came out in 2019.
2019, pre-quarantine.
Pre-quarantine.
So like a lot of opportunities to see this by yourselves, with your loved one, with your friends, at the bar, all that stuff. You had a lot of opportunities to watch this thing. And if you haven't watched it yet, I do not
watch it. Also, we just got a release date for it. If you're watching this in the future, pay no attention to this. But if you're watching this now,
you already know.
October 30th.
Yes.
We still haven't gotten a trailer. Damn Disney. Come on. Give us a damn trailer.
I'm calling it Mandoween.
Mandoween.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
October 30th.
Are we going to dress up for Mandoween?
Maybe. I don't know.
We should dress up for Mandoween.
Mandoween. I like that.
Yeah, Mandoween.
Oh, God.
Or Yoda, Baby Yoda-ween.
That's
no, that doesn't. I like Mandoween.
Okay, Mandoween.
It's a Mandalorian. It's a show.
We'll make T-shirts. All right.
All right.
So we start off with Mando already with the child, and he has that little hover.
The hover carriage.
Carriage,
right?
What would you call that? I don't know. Crib.
The
hover crib.
The hover crib.
Ah.
Yeah. The hover crib.
Right.
Maybe that's the new name from now on.
There you go.
We're in. Actually, last time I actually didn't know the name of the planet. And it's Arvala 7.
So
we're in Arvala 7.
So there's 6 Arvalas.
Probably.
And this is 7.
It's probably like a moon, right? Or maybe that's the name of the sun, Arvala.
Because it wasn't Yavin 4.
Yeah.
Like the big gas planet, that was Yavin.
Yeah, and I think the moons were the
they just got so lazy. So like instead of in this sense, we could call the moon Earth 1.
Yeah, pretty much. And I guess if there was other planets or like moons that were circling around the planet, Earth 1 or Earth 2. So Arvala 7. So we don't know what Arvala actually looks like. Or the other Arvala 6 or 7.
Maybe they have different climates.
This is true.
Maybe the same thing. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see.
Hopefully. So we're in Arvala 7 and we're going through the cracks of Arvala.
So question. The hover crib.
Yeah.
How does that follow Mando? Like, does Mando have like a tracking thing that it just follows him? Or
I think he's Bluetoothing it, right?
He's Bluetoothing it?
Yeah, I think it's like Bluetooth connected.
Right.
And so because he controls everything from his little
Zor.
Yeah, his little
Yeah, his little sleeve thing or his watch. I don't.
Yeah, sleeve watch or his iPhone 30. But his watch or his gauntlets.
Ah, there you go. Okay.
His gauntlets. So he's controlling everything through his gauntlets.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's he can pre-program it, tell it what to do, what he has to, where he has to go.
Okay, so it kind of just has like a wireless network, and someone just like picks it up. I'm like, all right, now I control it.
I guess he has to pair it. I'm sure, right? He has to pair it.
This is what every Star Wars fan needs.
Why
to know.
are we even talking about this?
Let's go on with the episode.
We have to talk about it. Okay, so he's walking through like these caverns, but they're like cracks, mud cracks, right? And this has to be the mud planet because there's so much mud everywhere.
Yeah, it's like dry mud.
Yeah, I mean,
and then we're gonna see other mud.
Yeah, mud, and later on we see the mud horn.
Hey, there you go. Okay, a lot of mud going on.
A lot of mud. This is the mud planet. Planet. No, should I not say that?
I don't know. A lot of people have problems with the word.
Okay.
Especially when
I'll bleep it out. I'll bleep it out. If you guys are trying to figure out what that word was.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with an M.
It ends with an oist.
Oh, it's oist. It got bleeped out.
There you go. All right, good. Now let's carry on.
So he's with Baby Yoda going down the
like little
canyon. It's like a little canyon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And you see these little lizards, like mud lizards. I'm gonna call them mud lizards because, right? They're like cute. You know, they're like following around. Now all of a sudden they just like disappear.
Right.
So what do you think is happening?
I don't know. They must have like a sixth sense or something. Yeah. Something's going on, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. And then we see shadows and moving around, and that's when the Mandalorian stops. And he has his hand on his gun, and he's ready. He's like, he senses something.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Baby Yoda, he's just cute, looking around at the little babies, like little lizards.
The mud lizards.
Mud lizards. They don't have a name because I actually looked it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You did your homework this episode?
I actually looked it up.
But, okay, so those guys come out,
and
they start fighting.
But who were they?
Well, I'm assuming they're other bounty hunters, but are those are Trandoshans, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we get those guys who are clearly like makeup, like kind of, I don't know, I want to say it wasn't the best Trandoshan makeup. Yeah. And then you get like Bosk, who legit makeup, like was he animatronic? I think I'm not too sure.
I don't know. Like the difference between Bosk and these Trandoshans
are they like a subspecies of each other?
I don't know, honestly, to tell you the truth, because they look very different.
They look more humanoid than he does. Yeah, because he's more slender and has like that stout thing. But these guys have like a smaller stout, and they look
more
like
human,
bulky. Yeah,
yeah,
they look
more human. And if you look at an actual Trandoshan, like they have longer arms or thicker arms. They're actually cylinder arms, right?
Yeah, and they have three digits. Now these guys, did they have 3 digits?
I'm not too sure. Didn't pay attention to that
because we see these guys in the cantina when Mando and Greef are discussing the new. Yeah. So they're already there.
Yeah, they're darker skinned.
That's true too.
Compared to Bosk, because Bosk is a little bit more yellow. Like look at his.
Yeah, so there's like yellow ones, there's light green ones, there's green ones, there's brown ones.
So it might be a different species of Trandoshan.
Like a subspecies, if you will.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so maybe, who knows, or maybe they're still evolving. Who knows, right? Galaxy far, far away.
A lot of questions. See, I told you questions. Questions.
So he gets into a fight with the Trandoshans.
Or skirmish.
Skirmish. And he gets attacked. He sensed the trap. It's a trap. And he pulls out his pulse rifle, which is a pretty badass gun.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
It has 1,000 uses. Taser.
Yeah. It's a taser and disintegrator.
Yeah, he just wipes those guys out like nothing.
Yeah, that one guy that was going after Baby Yoda, gone. I felt bad for him. That hurt me when he shot him.
that was pretty cool. The first time I saw that, I was like, oh, like I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting like something like something powerful. Maybe like the laser goes through the guy and leaves like a good chunk. But just for the guy to disappear like that, I was like, oh crap.
Yeah,
it was exciting. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, then, it reminded me of when Darth Vader told Boba Fett like no disintegrations, and then you see him just like
right,
the guy just completely obliterated, disintegrated. Sorry, that was cool. I really enjoyed that scene, and so he keeps going after he gets his little fight, and then he's going to his ship. And he's getting close to it.
Right.
There's a bunch of Jawas just ransacking his ship and taking it apart.
The Jawas. Oh, we're gonna get deep in the Jawas right here.
Oh yeah. Poor Jawas.
First
I feel
of all,
really bad for them.
The Jawas.
Yeah. Off-world Jawas. Off-world Jawas.
Okay, perfect.
Right, let's do this. All right, here we go.
How can Jawas be off-world? We're assuming that the Tusken Raiders and the Jawas are natives of Tatooine, or the Jawas even...
Yeah, they're like I think the Jawas are supposed to be a subspecies, right?
Of the Tusken Raiders?
Of the Tusken Raiders.
Because they kind of look familiar. They have kind of basically the same faith, if you would.
Yeah.
Because I read somewhere that the Jawas and the Tusken Raiders, since water is so scarce in Tatooine, they consider water sacred.
Right.
So they don't bathe.
Yeah.
They drink so much water. Yeah. They don't do this and that. So like to them, water is sacred. So on this planet, it rains a lot. You know, there's mud.
It's a mud planet.
So you think that's why they like, oh, let's go to this planet that's kind of similar to our planet, but it rains a lot. We're going to get some water in here.
Yeah.
Maybe we can even shower and wash a couple areas that haven't been washed in a while.
Well, you got to think about it too. And I just thought about this. That Arvala is in the Outer Rim.
Right. So it's Tatooine.
Yeah, so it's Tatooine. So they're probably in the vicinity of Tatooine.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I would assume so.
So in a way, they must have gotten hold of a spaceship, you know? Right?
You think they got a hold of the spaceship, or like they booked passage, or like they negotiated like transportation with someone?
I think they might have gotten a spaceship. You know, some Jawas must have gotten some spaceships since they're, what do you call it?
They're tech savvy.
Yeah, they're pretty tech savvy. They started off with the sandcrawlers. They got familiar with the technology, and then they must have figured out some way of reclaiming a ship that was probably deserted.
Right.
And then they used that, grabbed the sandcrawler on the ship, and then taking it to different areas. Because I know for sure that there's apparently some space Jawas out there, and they probably they head to Tatooine once in a while, pick up Tatooine. What do you call it? Jawas that want to leave the planet, and then continue.
And they all have a good time with the Jawa juice.
They have a good time with the Jawa juice, aka coffee, I guess.
I don't know. I think it's like I don't think it's an alcohol.
You think it's alcoholic?
I don't know. Because it's fermented banta hides.
Yeah.
It's fermented. Maybe it's a kombucha.
It could be.
Could be a kombucha. It has a lot of cultures.
That explains why Obi-Wan's into it.
Yeah. You know, Jedi are more...
kombucha,
yeah, the Jedi are kind of
like
more spiritual and
exactly.
peaceful, and like probably do yoga and meditation and all that. Of course they'll be drinking kombucha. Never thought about that until now.
Yeah.
All right.
So there we go. We figured out what Jawa juice is. Jawa juice. Jawa juice.
It's
hard kombucha.
It's kombucha.
Yeah, hard kombucha.
So he disintegrates a couple of these guys, man.
Oh, dude, I felt really bad for these Jawas. I felt bad for that Trandoshan first, but these Jawas, oh man,
they're just doing what Jawas do best.
I don't know. They're like, hey, they saw a ship that was abandoned.
Right.
It was there for a while, and they're like, you know what? No one's been here. Take it apart.
Oh man, dude! Just imagine that you're doing your work. You have your buddies. You probably like grew up with them your whole life, and all of a sudden, like, oh, what happened to Tom right there? He's just gone. there goes Bill. There goes Henry. Oh my God! You know, like, man, now just imagine that.
They were fine with it afterwards. They're like, man, maybe
they were.
Yeah,
they were. That's so nuts.
Yeah, maybe they were like kind of like, oh, you know what? We're low on food.
it's good that this happened.
Yeah. It's fine.
Oh my God, dude.
We can deal with it. So the Mandalorian chases after them because they're like
they're getting out of it.
Yeah, they can't deal with him at all. Like he's just disintegrating them, and so they hightail it out of there.
Well, you get that one guy who's just shooting out of nowhere. He
doesn't know where it's coming.
He's just going like, oh my! I felt so bad for that guy. He's trying to do something. He's trying to be the hero.
Yeah. No, don't be the hero. Lesson: don't be the hero.
Oh my God, dude! All right, yeah. So they bust tail out of there.
They're hauling ass, and then you have the Mandalorian chasing after them, shoots his grappling hook, and I was hoping that he would like kind of fly towards it because
right
grappled to it, but no, he's like starts pulling himself up.
He's not Batman.
No, he's not Batman. And then the Jawas are throwing stuff at him.
Dude, I like how they were just like popping out of nowhere, you know, just open to a window and there you go.
Well, they were trying to tase him at one point.
Yeah,
they were trying to tase him.
That's pretty cool because like the sandcrawlers are cool to begin with. Like we see them in you know past episodes here and there, but like we never seen this one like really up close. We seen what's inside of them,
right?
But I like how this has so many defense like mechanisms in there, dude. Like, my God, these guys are popping out of nowhere, and it could haul ass. The sandcrawler because it's super slow, but this thing could haul ass. Yeah, it's crazy. I liked it. I liked the scene a lot. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, me too. But have you noticed that by this time there's still no dialogue? Well, I mean, I guess, is there no dialogue? No, there's no dialogue. It's just all cinematic. Yeah. It's all cinematic, and it's beautiful too. Like every shot is well done. Because it's directed by. Let me see if I pronounce it right and not butcher it. Rick Famuyiwa. Oh my God, Famuyiwa. Famuyiwa. I think it's Famuyiwa. Rick Famuyiwa. And I apologize if I butchered your name.
No offense.
No offense. And so it's beautifully shot. So he's trying to get his way up there. He's pulling some Jawas, throwing them off the sandcrawler.
Oh my God!
He just wants his stuff back.
Yeah, right? It's funny because like you kind of had to feel for them.
Yeah.
But then it's also like, oh, there goes that Jawa. He's hitting the rocks and all that stuff. He's dead.
I felt really bad for them. So he makes it to the top, right?
Yeah.
And he gets blasted. Like they all gang up on him. They're like, you know what? Let's just wait until he gets up to the top, and then we'll like just shoot him, R2D2 style.
Exactly, right? R2D2 style, dude. Oh my God, he takes a tumble too, man. He takes a tumble. Balls.
I wonder how long he was like out, like on the floor, because that sandcrawler was gone, long gone, and he wakes up and he's like,
and then Baby Yoda's just there like, dude, you messed up. you effed it up, man. What's going on?
Yeah. The whole sandcrawler scene felt like an Indiana Jones, one of the Indiana Jones.
Yes, yeah. Last Crusade when he's on that old-fashioned World War One tank and all that.
Was it?
Dude, yeah, that was very reminiscent of that. It's probably why I enjoyed it a lot because I'm like, I seen this before, but
yeah,
it was more entertaining because I had Jawas.
Yeah.
You hear them like, "Oi, Houdini," and all that stuff, like all their little noises and this and that, and their little screams and little cries and all that. It's like, I don't know. Jawas are cool, man. I don't know.
Did we talk about the scene where does the scene? I totally forgot. If the scene where he's repairing his stuff was that after the Trandoshans,
this is after the fact,
or before the Jawas, or
yeah,
after the Jawas?
This is after Jawas.
Yeah, was
right?
it?
No,
I think it was before because he had that cut, right?
He had that cut, yeah.
Yeah, and
totally skipped that scene.
Okay, so we're going back. We're backtracking.
Rewind.
So after he has his fight with the Trandoshans, I'll probably, you know what? I'll edit this part and move. No, I'm just kidding. So after he has the fight with the Trandoshans, he's pretty messed up. So he's like doing his repairs. He has a cut in his arm. That's when the music starts getting a little eerie, and then we're trying to figure out what's happening. And Baby Yoda jumps out of his floating cradle, and he wants. It looks like he wants to do something. Like to me, the entire time he's like, oh, he wants to kill him, right?
Right.
And every single time, Mando picks him up, puts him back on the cradle. How does he get off? Like you never see him.
I don't know. Like you don't see him like tumble down.
Yeah.
To the ground because that's hard ground. But like, what is Mando doing? Is he like cauterizing his wound?
I don't know because it's like he's using some sort of electrical needle, but then he uses the same thing to clean, for his armor, right?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's
he probably is cauterizing it.
Yeah, maybe it's something like a welding rod, maybe to fix his armor. But he's like, might as well, you know.
Yeah, because he probably was a deep cut and doesn't want to bleed out.
But he wasn't doing a very good job.
No. The thing was
still there.
Open. It
was way open, dude. Oh my god. But yeah, we get that little sense that Yoda, the child, wants to do something with it.
Yeah.
Wants to help out.
Yeah, and we don't see it until the last episode, right? Was it the last? Second to the last episode. Second
to the last episode. What it's capable of.
We now know what it was because of Quill.
There we go.
Yeah.
So now,
Oh,
no, I'm just saying, like, we're back to after the aftermath of the Jawa battle. The great Jawa battle, right?
The Jawas won. They had the high ground.
Hey, I like what you did there. So yeah, well, he goes back to Quill, or Quill finds him.
Yeah, he goes back to Quill, and Quill's doing some repairs on his farm. Quill doesn't even have to turn around. He knew that he was there.
It's Quill.
Yeah.
Is he a moisture farmer?
I don't know.
Or does he just farm the blorgs?
I think he does some farming, but I should have looked that up. Damn it. I failed.
Cisco, what's going on, buddy boy?
I failed. I'm so sorry.
He's doing something. He's doing something with those rods and towers and antennas and all that stuff.
He's probably like another moisture farmer. Right? Another one.
So
we don't have another. We didn't even know what what's name does over in Rogue One.
Who?
Jyn Erso's dad. He's a farmer.
He's a moisture farmer.
Yeah.
He's a moisture farmer because on Kato, I forgot. But apparently that planet that they're on, where he's farming, the water is too acidic, or the water is too salty, or the water is too something like that. So they have to harvest moisture to survive and to farm. Yeah. So maybe Quill is doing the same thing over here. Because it does rain.
Yeah, I wonder if water is very scarce in the galaxy, so getting water for all these people makes some money.
Yeah, maybe that's how the Kaminoans got more money to fund their cloning, because they have a bunch of water.
Yeah, so what do? You monopolize the water and you sell it to other worlds that need it, like Tatooine.
And then you invested in cloning, right?
And then you have an army.
There you go. And we just figured it out.
The banking clan. That's how they made their money.
Oh my god. The banking clan will sign your treaty. Oh my god, I hate that guy so much. Let's not look into the past.
Right,
but Quill knows these guys. He knows the Jawas. He even is this Jawanese? Jawanese?
I don't know if it's Jawanese.
Jawanese?
Jawan? I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. But he speaks it. Quill's an intellectual.
Yeah. He's very smart.
He's very smart. Like, he's one of those guys who studies up, has spent a lot of time in servitude, but also in his free time will read a book.
Right.
Like, everyone's sleeping because they're exhausted, but he's gonna stay up and he's gonna read a book, or he's gonna look at records.
He's by himself. Yeah. He doesn't.
So he has a lot of time.
Yeah. He doesn't have much. He doesn't have any companionship. He wants to be by himself.
Says his blorks.
Oh no, I'm just thinking. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
I think he talks to him. He's like,
yeah, sure. We'll just. All right, so they go off to go talk to the Jawas because he wants to help them out to go get the.
He's so helpful. This guy is so cool, man.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a Quill in the neighborhood, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had a friend that was a Quill. Say, hey, I need help repairing this. No problem. I have spoken. Yeah. Okay, cool. And he doesn't charge them for anything. He's like, no, I want to help you. You brought peace to the land.
There we go.
I was like, oh, cool. All right. Here's my thing. So since he knew Quill, right, and he knows that farm is there, do you think in season 2, Mando told the armorer and everyone else, all the Mandalorians, head over to the farm?
Maybe.
I mean, there's nobody there. It's peaceful. We're not going to encounter anyone else.
That's true. That's true. Or maybe he goes there to hang out because, like, he has so much debt to Quill that he doesn't want his blorks to die. He's going to take care of it, and maybe it's a nice hideout. I don't know.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's a good question.
Right? Bring the child back to Arvala.
There's a lot of frogs there for the child to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
So
is that what they're called? Frogs?
I don't know, but they're clearly frogs.
Yeah, they look like frogs. Like I said, this is a mud planet.
If they sound like a frog, if they hop like a frog, they're a frog.
And then he's gonna eat them.
But
so, go talk to the Jawas. Jawas don't they automatically don't trust him because they see Mando there, and he's speaking Jawanese or whatever the language is called.
I think it's just Jawa.
Yeah, just Jawan.
No, I think it's just Jawa.
Jawa? Yeah, Jawa.
Because the Jawa makes fun of him. He's like, "Oh, your Jawa's funny. You sound like a Wookiee or something like that." He just says Jawa. Oh my god.
We know that he knows how to speak it. We know that he knows how to speak Jawa, but his Jawa is terrible.
Yeah, how does Mando know Jawa?
Well, there is Jawas over at
Navarro.
I had to look it up. And by the way, the next planet's called Sorgan. Yeah, Sorgan. I looked it up. I'm already ahead. So they're negotiating, and they say like, "Oh, we want your Beskar," and he's like, "No."
That's cool that the Jawas know about Beskar.
Yeah.
Maybe the Jawas are intellectuals too.
Yeah, they've been around. I'm sure they've probably been around. They probably have encountered Beskar before.
Well, I'm assuming that they're galactic barterners. Is that a correct term?
I think so.
They barter a lot. throughout the galaxy. I'm pretty sure they're gonna know
maybe
what's
in the outer rim
valuable.
area. Yeah.
Yeah, what's valuable, what's useless, what's priceless, what's worthless, what's this and that. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna know Beskar, and they're gonna associate the Mandalorians with Beskar because you know that's what
they probably do
known
recognize
for.
it too.
Yeah.
So they wanted his armor, but he's like no, and then they want Baby Yoda. They're like, he's like nope. He even gets mad at them for getting really close to it.
Right.
And then they come up with a plan to get an egg.
The Suga?
The Suga. Suga.
I like how they're all happy about it, dude. It's like it's super. It's like a treat. It is a treat, but like they're very excited about it because it doesn't take them long to start chanting the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, what is a Suga? Like, it's an egg, but egg of what?
And so the Mando and Quill jump on the sandcrawler and they're riding towards.
I like that little cockpit, dude. That cockpit's so like... small. Right? The Jawas are having a time of their life right there. They know they're gonna get that Suga, that precious Suga.
Yeah.
And Mando's all like me in a small car because I'm super tall, like that.
Hits his head a couple times.
They're all laughing and all that. It was a good scene. I like Jawas, dude. Yeah. I'm just gonna say it. I like Jawas.
Jawas are cool. Off-world Jawas are hilarious.
Jawas are cool.
I think off-world Jawas are much more friendlier than
Tatooine Jawas.
Tatooine Jawas. Oh. The Tatooine Jawas are a little bit more. They don't trust people that much. That's probably the reason why they're still in Tatooine because they're afraid of leaving the planet.
That's true.
Yeah, this whole episode is about Jawas.
Just rename it the Jawa episode.
Yeah, the Jawa episode, not the child, the Jawa episode.
This Jawa episode.
And so they take him to this area. There's a big giant hole on the ground, a mud hole.
Like when they zoom into it, I was like, that looks like an like what's going on? Like the curves and the little wrinkles and all that. So I'm like, what the is this? How come I'm sorry, but like, how come I didn't know this before? Don't worry about it. How come I didn't know this before?
It's like Mos Kanata. It's Mos Kanata's home planet.
Okay, I just had to say that. I wrote that on my notes. I'm like, Dave. Oh my god.
So they go into this cave. Amanda goes into the cave.
Right.
And he's looking for the Suga. He's having a hard time finding it. And did he ever notice is his little?
It's an attachment.
Is it an attachment?
I think so because he doesn't have it. Yeah. It's a clean helmet. So I think he just and then it
touches it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's in there, and a big giant eyeball opens up, and next thing you know, he's flying through the air. He jumps out of the cave.
This thing is kicking his ass, dude.
It's totally messing him up because it messed up his chest armor. It got him good.
Easily, his armor is just. I think the whole point of this episode is just showing you how much of his armor is crap. His armor's crap.
Definitely. Yeah.
So in the new episode, this coming episode, he gets a good armor.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So they're just showing you that this armor does nothing.
So he's getting his butt kicked by the Mudhorn, right? And he's trying everything. He's trying his flamethrower. No, it even messes up his flamethrower at one point. And he's to the point where he's about to get all messed up.
Yeah, he's down for the count.
Yeah, and he's the last resort that he has is his vibro blade. He pulls that out, and he's kind of shaking. He's not even looking at the Mudhorn. He's actually looking down, kind of like maybe he's looking up. I can't see his face.
Yeah, this is his last stand. You could. I wanna give Pedro Pascal some credit because even though you don't see his facial
his face, yeah. Can't see his expressions.
There you go. He does so much with his body language. Because, like, when he pulls out that vibro blade and he does that little stance, like, you could see that he's practically given up.
Yeah.
In a way.
It's almost like he knows he's done.
This thing's going to charge at him, and he's going to try to get it. And if he doesn't get it, well, there you go. He's screwed.
Yeah.
But something happens.
Yeah.
The child lifts this thing up.
Yeah.
And he's tripping out. The Mandalorian's tripping
powers.
out. He has force powers.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question. When you first saw the child, and we know it's of the Yoda species, Yoda and Yaddle and all that stuff, did you automatically assume that it was force sensitive?
I kind of assumed that he did. Just because he was the Yoda species. That was my first thought. Was like, oh, he has to have force powers.
Because of our association with Yoda.
Yoda and Yaddle.
Because I'm trying to think about it. First time I watched this, the previous episode and this episode, I just took it, all in. But I'm really thinking, like, did I expect it to be force sensitive? Not too sure.
In my honestly, I honestly thought that he was force sensitive, but I wasn't 100% sure until he actually used his power, until he saw a little hand going up and pick up the Mudhorn. I was kind of like, oh, he does have force powers. So the first thing that I thought was like, man, what's gonna happen next? And so he picks him up, then can't hold him up in the air that long. They stay on the Mudhorn for a while.
The Mudhorn doesn't know what's going on either.
No, he doesn't know what's going on. Even Mando doesn't know what's going on.
He's amazed by it.
Yeah, he's like, what the heck is this? What type of magic is this? Drops him. And Mando takes his opportunity and stabs the Mudhorn on his neck. One shot.
Small little blade. Like his temple or something like that.
Yeah, a small little blade kills him in one shot.
Kills that whole thing. Oh my god, dude.
Weak creature.
So, the Mudhorn kind of represents. I don't know. You were telling me that it reminded you of that creature from episode 2.
Yeah. Yeah. But the creature from episode 2 had the side horns on it.
I had that, and then I had that. Yeah, and it wasn't hairy.
No, it wasn't hairy.
This looks like another mammoth looking thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of this prehistoric creature that represented a unicorn. It almost looks verbatim like the exact same thing. It's just different faces and all. So if you guys want to see what I'm talking about, look it up. Prehistoric unicorn looks exactly the same. I think it's like the ancestor of modern day rhinos. But check it out. Looks exactly the same. That's what I thought. I'm like, holy crap. It's the same thing. What's going on? So he finds the egg. Right. And I like how the egg is hairy too.
Dude, that's disgusting.
It's a nice touch. I don't know. I was expecting a smooth egg, but then it's a hairy egg. I don't know what to expect.
It's a Mudhorn egg.
Now here's the thing. So would you categorize the Mudhorn as a mammal? It's hairy?
I don't know.
Because the only other mammal that I know that is hairy and can lay eggs is a platypus. And the platypus is just a freak of nature. It doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know if it's a duck, a beaver, or possum, or whatever the hell. So I kind of like how that's, you would expect maybe it to birth a calf or something like that. But no, it had an egg. Yeah. And it adds a little fantasy. It adds a little...
I honestly don't know. It could be anything. I am a little confused. I'm probably gonna look it up. If you guys know anything, write in the comments below.
There you go.
Let us know what you guys think.
And also, poor Mudhorn. He's just like the Jawas. He's just doing his thing.
It's a female Mudhorn.
She's just doing his thing. Or her thing. Hanging around, rolling in the mud, in the cave, giving birth to some eggs, laying eggs, and all of a sudden she just gets killed just because somebody wants her suga.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I know.
And they're just gonna leave it there. They're after the suga. They're not after her meat,
they
her
don't care
wool,
about the,
her all that stuff.
No, they just want the suga. It's a delicacy for the Jawas.
It's a waste.
I'm sure at one point the Jawas went into the cave, got an egg, had a couple Jawas die.
Because that's how they knew about the egg, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they're like, you know what? We have a warrior. Let's send the warrior to go get the egg. The thing is, like, he killed the Mudhorn, so now they can't get another egg afterwards. Unless there's more Mudhorns in that planet. I'm
assuming. Yeah. So, poor Mudhorn.
Yeah, no, poor Mudhorn. I can't believe we're thinking about it way too much. So he gets the Suga, and he goes, and the Jawas are about to leave. They left Quill out of the what do you call it? The sand crawler or the mud crawler, I guess I'm gonna call it. Right?
Oh yeah.
So they leave him out, and they're like, yeah, you know, we're not waiting anymore. He's probably never gonna come back. He probably just left, or he probably died, or who knows what happens.
He's taking too long.
Yeah, he's taking way too long. That's what they're saying. And they don't want to wait. They have pieces they want to sell, make some money, credits, or Republic credits.
Or Calamari Flan.
Calamari Flan. And so you see him coming with the egg. He's all beat up, you know, and the Jawas are really happy.
Suga!
They drop everything. And like, oh, what are they going to do with it?
They
eat it right there.
They just get the yolk and oh my god, dude, it's so gross. It's so sticky.
Yeah,
it's so sticky.
It like, I don't know what to call it. It's like slime, like very thick slime.
Oh my god, dude.
So
it was kind of weird. Yeah.
They eat it and they're happy, and they give the Mandalorian all the pieces back. I'm sure there's like a lot more pieces.
Yes,
of the ship because it seemed like they gave him a little bit.
Exactly. Right? Like that was my on my notes right here. I'm like, it seems like they gave them a lot less than what they took because the Razor's Crest is basically hollow. It's like, where's his weapons? Took his weapons.
Yeah.
Where's his portable carbon freezer? Right. Where's his toilet? Did they take his toilet? I don't even know. Like. Where's all this stuff? Like, I'm pretty sure it's not going to fit on the back of Quill's pickup truck.
You know what I was thinking? It's not a pickup truck.
It's over truck. I don't know.
It's the what's that creature called? Oh my god, I blacked out. What's the name of the creature?
Mudhorn?
No, the one that was in episode 1, and they were like writing it. We're talking about it. The lizard creature that almost killed him. Yeah, episode 1 of Mandalorian.
Oh, okay. The Borg.
Borg, not the Borg. That's the Borg isn't that from Star Trek?
No, the Blurg.
Blurg.
The
Blurg.
Oh my god. Okay, the Blurg. Okay.
Yeah, the pickup Blurg.
There you go.
That's all I wanted to say. All that for. So they get they're on the Blurg. They're heading back to the Razor Crest, and here's the thing. I don't know if anyone's picked this up. Queel tells Mando, which by now we should just call him Jin Darin. Yeah, right. Jin Darin?
Din Najar? Something like that.
Jarin. Oh my god. How do we not know this?
Look.
So Din. We'll call him just Din. Jin. Okay. Din? Din?
I don't even fucking.
Oh my god.
Dude. I don't even know, dude. Let's Mando. Okay.
Mando. Okay. He tells Mando, like, tell me the story again. And on episode, I believe 7, what Quill knows about the Jedi, magical wizards and stuff. The Jedi. So I'm kind of surprised, like when he told him the first time, like he didn't catch on to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, because I want to say Quill talks about his past like he was in service. He was in someone else's.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe he's like the Ugnaughts that were in Cloud City, in the servitude of Cloud City or the servitude of the Empire. Now, in the Empire, the citizens were routinely, they talked about the evils of the Jedi. How the Empire was triumphant over the Jedi. That the Jedi were this. All the propaganda against the Jedi.
Right.
You think he probably picked up on that a little bit? And then,
sure he does.
Or like, since this episode 2, till episode 7, he's a scholar guy. He went back to his books. Yeah. He went back to his holocron. He went back to, all this stuff that he did the research on.
The HoloNet, right? And did his research, and I'm sure by that time, after the Empire fell, the internet was restored, their HoloNet, and they're able to get more classified information. It wasn't restricted.
Well, this is the era of the New Republic. This is when the hero of Luke Skywalker, the Jedi, freaking Leia, Princess Leia, or Senator Leia, or General Leia, or whatever she is at this point. She's force sensitive too. Jedi.
Yeah.
I think they're bringing the faith back. Even the emblem is kind of
similar to the Old Republic,
reminiscent.
To the Jedi, the Jedi's symbol.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
So they talk about it, and they don't know, like he doesn't know anything about it, but later on he does talk about it. So he must have probably done the research on it.
Or it's just a good old-fashioned plot hole.
Yeah, good old-fashioned plot hole. So they get to the Razor Crest, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing: the first time I saw it, I'm like, man, they got that ship done fast, like within a night. But it actually was less than 5 days, because he's like, oh, the ship's gonna take 5 days to build. Which is kind of impressive still, like to build the ship in 5 days. You don't see the time passing. It's like all one night.
I wrote on my notes, good old fashioned work montage.
I know they should have like some like music, some
like cheesy 80s music would have fit perfectly with that montage.
Exactly, right?
Someone's got to do that video. They got to do that video and post it up.
So they fix the Razor Crest, and Mando tells Quill to join him, and Quill's like, nope, I'm staying here. I already did my time.
Would have loved to see Quill and Mando like go on silly adventures like that, just like a buddy cop,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Situation.
That would have been great.
That's its own show.
Yeah.
That's his own show.
I thought he was going to join him, because it seemed like they were heading in that direction. I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait. Like that'd be really cool. But he says no, and they go their own separate ways.
And Quill he does it for free.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
This is Quill's episode, and then the Jawas episode. This is all of them.
Yeah.
Mando, he's just second player in this thing. This is all their episode.
Yeah. So it's like the Quill and Jawa episode.
Exactly.
And Baby Yoda's in the background.
He's not important yet. For like a week.
Yeah. Falls asleep.
Poor guy was all tuckered out.
Yeah, he wakes up later in the ship. He's like, where am I at? And that's it. That's how the episode ends. They go their separate ways. What did you think about the episode?
I liked it a lot. So if I was going to rate this episode from 1 to 10. Now, we didn't do this last episode. Maybe we could start doing it for the upcoming ones.
Okay.
I would probably rate this one a good 8. Yeah. Good 8.
It's very artistic.
Yes. Very well done with good close-ups on Quill. So the good animatronics.
Right.
Jawas. I feel like Jon Favreau had a fun time doing this episode. He's like,
Yeah.
all right, Jawas do this, and Jawas do that. The Mod Horde was good, cool scene. Mm-hmm. Good shot of Dave. A lot of stuff.
Man, there's so much editing going on.
It was good. It was good. What would you rate it from 1 to 10?
From 1 to 10, oh my god, I would actually give it an 8 too.
An 8.
I honestly feel like this episode is a two-parter from the first episode, but we know now that it's a three-parter episode. Mm-hmm. So
the arc.
Yeah, the arc.
Mm-hmm.
But when I first saw it, I thought it was the first episode, but just cut into two pieces.
Yeah, it would have fit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Imagine a super cut of all of them. That would have been so cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, I gave it an 8. I loved it. I thought it was a great episode. I thought it was very samurai-like. Mm-hmm. Lone Wolf and Cub. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I loved it.
All right.
And I think we're at the end of our show.
Hey, well, I just want to remind everyone that we're on Instagram at the Highground Pod, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to our video and our channel, the YouTube channel. Anything else you want to?
Next week we're going episode 3.
Episode 3.
Yeah, we're hoping to catch up before the season premiere of
season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah, and I don't know. Hopefully, in the next coming days, we're gonna get a trailer.
I hope so. We've been waiting for a while. So, future people, sorry for talking about the trailer.
You've already seen it. You already seen how badass it is.
You already know.
Yeah. You already see, Darth Vader come back, and
if you want to see our reactions and you haven't seen it yet,
Lars comes back.
A little button somewhere.
Right. Lars Owen comes back with a mechanical leg. Right. What other stuff? Boss Nass comes back. All this other stuff. All this cool stuff that we weren't expecting.
No one ever stays dead forever.
Exactly.
And like always, thank you so much for being with us, and may the Force be with you.
Suga!
Suga! Suga!
Suga! Suga! All right, guys, have a good one. Thank you.
Good night, guys.